I've owned the Tesla Cybertruck from February all the way until September. So that's about 7 months. And I put a total of 13,000 miles on this dual motor Cybertruck. It's a 2024 Foundation Series. And that's about 2,000 miles a month. I've literally taken it pretty much all over the place. And I want to tell you all the things that I love about it and the things that I think could improve. So actually the first thing that I love about the Cybertruck is actually the design. This thing looks so futuristic. It's not like something that you see every day. It's something that sticks out and is very unique to Tesla. I mean, Tesla has taken the design and taken it to a whole new level. Here's the back of the truck. Again, this thing is not the cleanest, but that's the reality that I love about the Cybertruck, is that it just sticks out. It doesn't look like every other truck. These trucks that they've put out for the past 5 decades look the same. And they took something and they made it look more bold, more technology advanced, and it looks like the future. It looks like alien technology. It doesn't look like everything else. So that's the first thing that I love about it. The next thing that I love about the Cybertruck is actually this tonneau cover. This thing can hold over 300 pounds, and it just helps keep the bed specifically covered, especially when it rains. It will keep it protected, and more importantly, if you go into areas like San Francisco, you can put stuff back here and no one is going to be able to break into this thing. It is built to last. It can hold over 300 pounds. And really, again, it helps you kind of differentiate that it helps differentiate against the other trucks on just things that literally all look the same. And more importantly, you know, most truck beds just have a bunch of trash and junk in it. So this allows you to be able to have something that sticks out a little bit different, something that not only sticks out a little bit different, but you can protect your stuff in here, because the majority of the time you're not going to be hauling stuff. This is not, this is going to be my daily driver. And so to be able to just throw stuff in the back and then be able to close it and walk away is obviously very important. The next thing I love about the Cybertruck is probably the absolute favorite. I wasn't doing these in any consecutive order. It's the fact that I have a battery wherever I go. So I can literally just open this up. I have two 110s and a 220 here. This allows me to not only power my home, I can literally do the power share with my home. You can weld off this thing. I went camping the other day. You can use it for stove cooking, for all of the things you'll need to even inflate a queen mattress when you're camping. But all of the things that you need when you're outdoors, or just everyday things like just charging. You can even charge another electric vehicle from this thing in case of emergencies. I can stick in a Starlink as well. But all of these things, being able to access power through my Cybertruck is just so important, and it really, it's underrated. Like, you don't realize how much, how important it is and how helpful it will be, especially when you're out and about. Next thing that I love about the Cybertruck is literally the utility that you get with the sub trunk in the back. There specifically is a drain here. You can actually open this up so you can see the Cybertruck logo right there and the plug. So here is the plug, but again, you can use this as a cooler. So if you ever go tailgating or you do any of those things, this allows you to be able to keep all of your stuff cool. Or if you're going to go camping for a couple of days, this is perfect. You throw ice in there and you cover it up, and then you can drain out all the water when you're done. So again, it's really spacious. You can easily fit probably almost like 30 cans in here, if not more, with some good ice. And then you can just close it and it's done. So that's another big attribute about the truck that is just awesome, is the sub trunk. So as many of you know, I actually owned a Toyota Tacoma before, and it was a double caddy. And it had, you know, a really short bed, probably like 4 feet maybe. And to be able to have a full 6-foot bed, again, I even have some stuff back here. I have the cargo divider as well. You can just see how a full 6-foot bed just becomes really important and really just kind of the standard for trucking. And even here, when you put this down, you can fit a full 8-foot sheetrock there, but just having a truck with a 6-foot bed is so important. So to do most of the things that you want from a utility perspective. So the 6-foot bed is standard, and I'm glad that Tesla made sure that they got the full utility out of creating a truck by making a 6-foot bed. From an interior standpoint, the next thing that I love about the Cybertruck is actually this center area here. You can actually put a lot of stuff in there. You can put a backpack, your purse, if you know, for your wives and spouses, or if you're a girl that just drives the truck. So there's just a lot of utility that you get out of this this spot right here. Again, the Cybertruck had actually been advertised. It had been advertised as a 6-seater. So when they didn't get access to the 6-seater because of some regulation for having a big screen, this big screen here actually limited them putting the 6th seat right here. Because of that, they really took use of that space. They put the chargers there and then a spot for you to be able to put some of your daily items just right in that middle spot, or even groceries. If you don't want to reach over all the way to the right, you can just stick that stuff right there. So the next big thing inside of the Cybertruck that I love is really actually the simplistic design of the interior. I mean, obviously you don't see any stalks behind here or even behind here. So your blinkers are actually right here. Your lights, the high beams is right here. You have your windshield wipers right here to obviously clean it, and then you can speak to the car. And then the horn, thankfully they actually left the horn right here so you can honk the horn. But what I love is just that it's super simple. So you have this 18.5-inch screen, but you don't see a whole lot. And even when you look inside here, there really is just not a whole lot going on, and that just makes it super nice. So probably one of the most underrated things, again, a lot of cars are starting to get this in the back, but being able to have this screen, it allows me to have full visibility into everything I need to see in the front. But when the truck is in motion, I can turn on YouTube and my kids can watch other things, including Netflix, but they can have full access here, even listen to some music, adjust the AC however they want, turn things down. And they even have some heat seaters back here. You can look at this. But this is just really important to kind of differentiate between the front row up here along with the back row. The next thing that I love about the Cybertruck is the ability to be able to actually store things underneath my seats. And I could actually roll all the 3 seats up and be able to actually, if I was small enough, I could actually even sleep in there, get a sleeping bag, and I'm good. They even actually put, I think they've made some storage under here so you can get the full capacity and view of that. But the fact that you can move these up, and then if I had to throw in like some boxes because I'm moving or I'm hauling stuff off, just a lot of space here. All right, so I'm about 6'2", and I love the amount of space that I have in the back. So you can see here, I have room, and this is not, I'm not having any issues. So I can literally put on my seatbelt and feel like I have enough room. Obviously I have a car seat here, so it's a little bit busy as far as, but this is a little bit of a bulkier seat anyway. So to be able to sit back here without literally any issues and getting full access to be able to like move my legs around and get free reign here, it's great. And then obviously being able to see the screen here. So the next big thing that I love about the truck is literally the 4-wheel steering. So all 4 wheels will turn as you're moving the wheel. You can see as the wheel is being moved, all 4 wheels, this is the back wheels, and over here you can see the front wheels, they are all moving back and forth. You can see as it's being moved, all 4 wheels around the whole truck are actually being moved. So this is just awesome. This allows for the Cybertruck to literally turn like a sports car. It's an absolute game changer, especially for something of this size. Trucks aren't typically able to turn with this type of turn radius, but because of the four-wheel steering, it makes it an absolute game changer. So you can just see all of that happening. So the other thing I love about the truck, obviously, is the turning radius, which you get with the four-wheel steering, which I was demonstrating a little bit ago. So let's go ahead and showcase that. I'm gonna show you the turning radius of the truck. All right, so here I'm gonna be demonstrating what the turning radius is like. I'm gonna put it into drive and go ahead and back up and make sure you can see the full truck, okay? We're gonna go here. But again, you have the four-wheel steering and the steer-by-wire. So the computer is actually turning the wheels. So here I'm just gonna turn the wheel. You can see all four wheels turning. But a truck of this size does not turn like this. A truck of this size does not turn like this. This is crazy. So we're gonna turn this way, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up and we're gonna show the other way, okay? So let's go here. So now I'm gonna show it turning this way, okay? So let's go. And again, you can see okay. All right. So now let's check out what this thing turns like with a 360 view. So one of the other things I love about the Tesla Cybertruck is actually the off-road capabilities and the ability to adjust my air suspension. So every Cybertruck comes with the air suspension, and you get the ability, you click on this thing, I'm gonna click on off-road mode, okay? And then I'm gonna go into to extract mode. Go ahead and film that going up. This truck is going up right now. Yeah, we are at 12 inches right now. This can go to a full ground clearance of about 17 inches once it goes all the way up. So it is amazing that this truck has the capability of going a full 17 inches and getting that full ground clearance. So you can kind of see it going up. And then you can actually, the great thing is you can switch off and go to different heights and be able to go to the different surfaces, and then the locking differentials, and then you have off-road mode. So again, being able to go out here, let's get out of the truck and just see, you can see how high this thing is raised and just see the insane amount of ground clearance you have back here. So again, this is all comes stock on the Cybertruck. So this is not fully raised. It'll take a couple of more seconds for it to fully raise, but to be able to have that is amazing. One of the other things too, obviously it's probably because of range that this helps with, is actually these little panels here. It helps, I understand, probably with efficiency, but this is something I have had to replace at least once that I have not been a fan of. And so they have it in both the front and the back. So I'm hoping, not exactly sure all the reasons why. Again, it probably helps with efficiency, but not the biggest fan of it. So one of the other reasons why I obviously love the Cybertruck is this thing is bulletproof. What other truck is bulletproof? None. So the fact that this is bulletproof on the doors, obviously the glass is armored glass, but that is just one cool capability about this truck. I already kind of mentioned the windshield and how big it is, but because they only put one windshield wiper here, unfortunately, it doesn't always cover and get rid of some of the rain and some of the other like snow and all that other stuff. And a lot of times this debris actually comes up pretty quickly. So I do think it would have been nice if they had actually had two windshield wipers instead of the one. So now I've shown you all of the things that I love about the truck, but let's get into some of the things that could have more improvement or potentially were kind of a design flaw. We'll see, but ultimately, again, this is just my opinion and where I think things could have been better. One of the other things that could have been better specifically, obviously I have a couple of things in here, is actually how big the frunk is. They made the windshield huge and they could have actually provided a lot of utility up here. So that would have been awesome if the frunk was bigger. The next big thing is actually, why does the frunk not have the 110 or 220? That could have been something that they could have put here or around here. It's only available in the back of the vehicle, but it's something that they should have put in the front. The other thing, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of is how big the windshield is. It's not because of the fact that it's the size of it, but honestly, I just feel like they could have actually saved a lot of room. I mean, you cannot, I'm about 6'2", and I cannot even fit my full hand back here. It's really kind of unused space. Obviously, I don't know why they had to use this full space right here, or could not have moved the seats up and given more of that space, or even made the frunk a little bit bigger. One of the other things that could have been better from a visibility standpoint, to be honest, is really this A-pillar. I've had a couple of situations where I actually have to kind of angle it from the side on this side just to look over to see if there's anyone kind of in this blind spot. There's been a situation several times where I've had a couple of close calls, but this is something that they should have probably opened up a little bit more if possible, but because of the huge windshield, it really has become an issue with the visibility. All right, so as you can see, there's a lot that I love about this truck. There's a couple of things that I was not a fan of. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you like the most? What did you not like most about the Cybertruck? And then also please remember to like and subscribe so we can put out more of these videos and support the channel. Also, I did want to do a quick shout out to my Arctic Cybertruck friends, Justin, Nancy, Tess, Latino, and Gary. They made it all the way up to the Arctic Ocean with no EV charging infrastructure, and they helped install 6 superchargers across the Dempster Highway. So we're going to post a link in the description. They just completed that, so shout out to them. But thank you again for following us and for all of your support.